everyone, and welcome to Community Connections. I'm Marnie, your host. Here we are, the 1st of September, and I don't know about anybody else, but I am ready for fall. It has been a crazy summer, but a lot of good things have still been going on throughout our community, and we just say thank you for hanging in there, continuing to navigate, support our local businesses and our community events and activities, and still being safe. I've got my new mask. I have to share this. This was given to me from the CEO of the Buckeye Valley Chamber of Commerce, so I got wearing one of those, and she says, now I have to get some to trade her. So I guess now they've gone from fashion statement now to trading. Holy smokes, now it's like he with the most masks wins. But again, as we say, I breathe the fresh air when I'm outside, but inside I am respectful to others. So got a good show for you today. Big things coming up, and one of the biggest things we have is the Prescott Valley Healing Fields of Northern Arizona. And joining me is Darlene Packard, who is the project chairperson, has been for many years, to talk about it's coming up this week.
It is.
Hello, Darlene.
Hi. Thank you for having me today.
Good to have you.
Our field will go up on Friday, September 4th at 7 o'clock. It'll be up for the whole week. We have a couple of fantastic programs that come with it. September 5th, we will do the blessing of the field.
Now that will be Saturday.
Saturday the 5th.
Okay.
And this year it will be at 5:30. At 6 o'clock, we have the return of the High Desert Brass Band. And they were a real hit last time they were here.
Oh, terrific.
And then on Friday, September 11th, we have our annual Patriot Day ceremony. It promises to be another moving ceremony. Kingston Painter will be there, and I believe that you are aware of him. So I hope everybody will come out and listen to his story.
Right. But Darlene, my experience has been that so many new people have moved in our community since last year, since we last talked about the Healing Fields of Northern Arizona here in Prescott Valley. So why don't you share with the new people what exactly it is, how long we've been doing it, and what they can expect to see?
Our former councilwoman, Mary Mallory, started this project in September of 2012. She brought the project here. It is a healing field of 3,000 flags. And these 3,000 flags represent the 3,000 people that were taken from us way too early for no good reason.
On September 11th, 2001.
Right. So we have 470 pairs of boots, and this, to me, is the moving part of our story. 343 pairs of firefighter boots, 72 pairs of police boots, and 55 pairs of military boots. And they represent our brave first responders who went in and laid down their life for people that they didn't know.
Well, one of the things, in addition to the boots that identify that person lost, whether it was in law enforcement, a firefighter, or the military, is the teddy bears that represent the children we lost.
8 children. And they were special children, and that they were heading to LA, I believe, as a contest award because they were part of a SMART program. And so it was an award for them, and they were going to California, and sadly, they paid with their life.
Yeah. So the Healing Fields is flags. And where is this held?
It's on the grounds of the Civic Center between the police station and the Civic Center. And Friday afternoon at, 10 o'clock, when you drive by that area, you will see a sea of red, white, and blue.
It is a beautiful sight. So there's no charge to visit the Healing Fields, and it is open
24/7
from then September 4th through September 11th.
Yeah. Okay. And then the flags come down on September 12th at 7 o'clock if you'd like to volunteer with this effort.
So people can come out and help you remove the flags.
They can.
And I know we didn't really hit on it too much, but if you're seeing this and you're Friday morning, you want to come help
Yes, ma'am.
put the flags up, that volunteer opportunity is also there for you.
Yep.
So they just have to show up.
Show up, sign in, get a sticker, and you'll be told what part of the field, what part of the process that we're in.
In addition to the flags themselves, then each flag has a little card that's attached to it with the biography of somebody that was lost, whose life lost that day too. And that's another part of putting these flags up.
Yeah, and on the back of the card, if they were military or police or fire,
Right.
this will be indicated on the back of their card.
You know, and these people woke up that morning and went to work in their building in the World Trade Center. And what time I remember watching it. I remember watching it, the second plane hitting, and the first plane, my mom called me and said, "You got to turn on the TV." And in utter shock and dismay that this actually could be happening. And here we are years later still remembering those lives lost, and it's a very important part of the pride Prescott Valley has.
Right, and
in
it'll
remembering.
be 20 years next year.
Wow. There's people, don't even remember that are, have grown up.
And that's why it's so important
Right.
for our children to be there, so they know.
So it's a very emotional, very honoring, remembering, walking through the flags. Come for the blessing and for the concert. That will be Saturday night on the 5th.
Correct.
And then again for the Patriot Day ceremonies that we've been doing now for many years. We started it in the morning and then have moved to the evening, but it's always held on September 11th, the day. And it's always have somebody speaker that might have lived through it or experienced it or been a part of it. So.
And we will have Kingston.
That's right.
Yeah.
Young man who's made it his mission to never forget and help those families that are lost. So, very terrific young man. That was a very good story that we heard and was able to pass it on. So no charge.
No charge.
To come. You can come as many times as you want. As Darlene said, it's open 24/7. So if you see it during the day and it's just beautiful, but then again in the evening with the lights and just a whole different perspective on the feelings that you might experience seeing it in the evening.
There are many people that go there early in the morning.
You know, we have a lot of beautiful pictures of it, but there's nothing like seeing it. And the Patriot Day ceremonies when our people lower the American flag against the side of the Civic Center building. Again, if you're new to the community, please, this is something that you do not want to miss. Come out and visit us at Prescott Valley Healing Fields of Northern Arizona. Darlene, your work on it's amazing. We have brochures around everywhere, so
Okay, I hope to see everybody there.
come on out. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Darlene Packard. And September 4th through the 11th, Prescott Valley Civic Center.
It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire. How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally, feeling if the ashes are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Ah yes, the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe, but not so much by Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And welcome back to Community Connections. Joining me now is one of my dear friends, David Irvine. He is the Executive Director for Highland Center for Natural History. And about this time of the year, we would be excitingly getting together to plan the Wander the Wild fundraiser that I've been so honored to MC for many, many years now. But like everything, we're adapting to change, and Dave's here to tell us what's going on at the Highland Center, what they're doing, and what Wander the Wild might look like this year. So welcome, Dave.
Yeah, thank you, Marnie. It's great to be with you.
It's good to have you.
And it is an interesting times as we're all adapting and struggling to figure out how to do things
Sure.
in this new reality for a while. And we're doing that at the Highland Center too. The Highland Center is out in Walker Road on in Prescott National Forest, and our trails are still open, our restrooms are back open, and we're slowly beginning to open things back up again. The Discovery Gardens will be opening very soon, but we're doing it very cautiously and
Sure.
carefully to protect our community, and that's been our mantra as we've gone through this. So our programming has changed a lot. We've gone a lot on online programming. We just completed a week-long Arthropalooza on arthropods online with a series of videos designed for anybody who wants to learn about creepy crawly bugs, but mostly designed hopefully for parents to sit down and watch with their kids
Sure.
and then go out and do explorations, because we can't do a lot of that right now on
Right.
site. We're also working a lot with our local school districts to help them develop online science content as well. But our Wonder the Wild fundraiser, which has been a key part of our success in recent years, has made a huge transition, and
Sure.
we don't need an MC this year, unfortunately, Marnie.
But I still say, open your heart and your wallet and support the Highland Center for Natural History.
yeah, thank you. And you do that so well. And we're going completely online. The website is 32auctions/Wonder WTW 2020. And there'll be a whole list of items. The nice thing about going online, we try to look at the silver lining in all this, is that we have a lot more different packages now to auction off. We have about probably close to 70, 80 different packages. Everything from trips to, some of our exotic locations like Tuscany and the photo safari in South Africa, to Antigua, a new one this year on the island of Antigua. And most of these people are extending the window of
Sure.
how long those packages are good for. But we've also added a lot of kind of small group local things for people to do here, like having your kid's birthday party at the Highland Center. You can bid on that package and have 10 to 12 kids come out, and our staff will provide nature activities for them and have a birthday party and a camp out over at Willow Lake that one of our staff will be there and
Fun.
help guide you through.
Maybe an adult birthday party there. I think that would be great.
You can bid. You can bid.
I just raised the birthday age up.
Yeah, and other things like kayaking locally on lakes, where we'll provide the kayaks for you, and some kayak trips even up to some of the northern locations up on Lake Powell and other places like that. So a lot of kind of new packages there, and then you could just go online and bid. The auction opens September 19th and closes on the 27th, which would have been the normal day that we would have had Wonder the
Right.
Wild in a normal environment. So we hope people go online and bid, and if you have questions, you can call the Highland Center at 776-9550, and we'll get you to the website, and so that you can bid.
Is that auction site available off of your website?
Yes.
A link is there?
Yes,
Okay.
you can go to highlandcenter.org,
Okay.
and you can find the link there as well.
Well, I was kind of poking around, looking at it, thinking, oh, it's not ready to bid yet. Rats. Okay, the 19th. But artwork. You
Yes.
have a lot of artwork
Some-
in addition to packages too. So
Yes,
And
yes.
experience. What I always love is so many of your items are experiential.
Yes.
That you're just going to do something different than you normally do.
Well, and our kind of mission is to help people experience and enjoy the wonders of nature. And most of our packages have that element to that, whether it's a piece of artwork that is nature-based, or whether it's an experience going out and small group physical distance, then with the new protections.
One of the things we always did at the Wander the Wild fundraiser is sponsor a classroom. Now, will you have that option on the auction site also, so that, you bid, sometimes you don't, you're outbid. I don't know how that ever happens, but somebody will outbid me on something. But I still want to contribute and support it, so I can sponsor, a
Yes.
classroom for a certain amount. You have different denominations of levels of sponsorship. you still have that
We
access
still
to? Because that's so important. We raise such good money for that.
I know, and this year it might be a little bit different. Rather than having a classroom come to the Highland Center, we might be sending one of our professional educators into the classroom. So yes, but you can still do that, and you can still cover the cost. So once the schools open, we hope here in September and October, we'll be able to send our staff into the classrooms and into the school site and do activities there. While field trips to the site may not happen this school year,
Or at least this first semester. We don't know what after the first of the year looks like. We keep your fingers crossed.
Right. and there's also, we're also doing sponsor a high school intern, where we're offering internships for high school kids to come out and to actually have a science-based natural history experience.
Wow.
So they won't necessarily be working with other kids, but they'll be having a project. They'll help us do some basic observation and scientific kind of recording of what's going on with our local environment, and get credit for that too.
Wow,
So,
that sounds like a great experience.
yeah, so you could sponsor a high school intern to have that kind of experience with us, and the school districts are very excited about this opportunity that we're offering them. So we're being creative and trying to pivot and kind of still do what we do well and just do it a little bit differently.
So if you're coming out to the Highland Center, you said the trails are all open.
Yes.
So are you requiring people wearing masks?
Only if you come inside. Right now, the store is not open, but the store will open soon, and at that point, you will require to wear a mask.
Okay.
If you go into the restroom, we strongly encourage you to wear a mask while in the restroom. But when you're outside,
Breathe in the fresh air of the pines.
and just physically distance from each other.
Yes, and most people that tend to, will go together, and it's
Yeah.
okay for them to be together. But again, when it's always funny now, you're walking around and you're not in a mask, but you're outside in a open air space, and you're walking, but somebody's coming towards you, and you're always like,
Yeah,
I'm not going to breathe on you.
Move a little further to the right.
It feels so weird.
And it's just being cautious.
It's to
Just
be
being
cautious. So what are the hours then that you're open?
The trails are open 7 to 7 this time of year, so come on out and get outside. Our attendance as far as walk-in traffic has been huge. People are getting out and walking and hiking and doing.
Well,
it with
we
other
believe in
groups.
getting outdoors. That's so important to
Yeah.
all of us. Website one more time. Let's support that online auction.
That would be 32auctions.com/WTW.
Or access it off of your website,
yes.
highlandcenter.org.
Yeah.
Easy way.
Easy way, yeah.
Thank you, David, for joining us.
All right.
Okay, we'll support you still.
Okay, that's
Thank
great.
you.
Well,
Short
thank
break.
you.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
There are oceans and rocks, places where fish swim and birds fly, where mountains spring up and trees and grass grow all around. History is made, art is created, things happen that should always be remembered. Heroes emerge. A woman sets people free. A man makes light. A leader steps forward. People get together. They help each other out. They make their own places to run and play and contemplate the universe. There's pride and gratitude and fun. It belongs to everyone. It can be a place, a feeling, a state of mind. So get up, get out there, and find your park.
Learning is about more than just letters and numbers. Social and Emotional Learning, or SEL, teaches kids how to handle emotions, set goals, and make good decisions. Self-management is the ability to control one's emotions and behaviors in different situations. Teaching children how to define and handle their emotions can help them whenever they feel frustrated or overwhelmed. Try this. Ask children to come up with 3 things that they can do to calm down when having a tough time. Some ideas are counting to 10. Listening to a calming song, or taking some deep breaths. Write them down and put the list where they can see and use it when facing difficult feelings. Parents, caregivers, and teachers can ensure that social and emotional learning is an important part of a child's overall health and well-being. To find out more, visit First Book at firstbook.org/SEL. First Book is a nonprofit organization providing all children with equal access to the books and resources they need to succeed.
And welcome back to Community Connections. This must be the way we're doing this show today, talking about ways we're doing things during the pandemic, and our organizations that are stepping up and continuing to do their fundraising, make their connections, and be relevant in the community in a time when they can't make those face-to-face contacts. My next guest is Missy Sikora. She's the Executive Director for Yavapai Family Advocacy Center, and she's here to talk about what they've got going on. But one of the events I've been involved with, gosh, since you got started, Hope Still Floats, their annual fundraiser, traditionally held in August.
Correct.
That has taken on a whole new look also. So Missy, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. And exactly as you said, normally we have one annual fundraiser per year for the Advocacy Center, and we usually have that the third weekend in August, and that's a big gala, dinner, silent auction, right? Wonderful, fun event in person, and it grows each year. So this year's our 6th annual, and we will be, as many places are, switching and doing it virtually online.
So tell us a little bit about Yavapai Family Advocacy Center and what this fundraiser will be supporting in the organization.
Absolutely. So the Yavapai Family Advocacy Center is the only advocacy center in Yavapai County. We're one of about 24 around the state. And what we do is give services to victims of interpersonal crime. So we facilitate the investigation, which means any sexual assault exam, adult or child, that's done in our county happens at our center. Those are not done at hospitals. A hospital will medically stabilize a person and then send them over to us for that exam. And then we do forensic interviews on children, so they're talking to a trained interviewer. They're not having to be interrogated or spoken to by a police officer that might be intimidating. And then we have advocates on staff that provide full-time support and advocacy to those victims that have just gone through that crime and kind of walk them through the process. We also have contracted trauma therapists that provide trauma therapy to victims, and we have lawyers that will provide legal assistance. So if somebody needs help obtaining an order of protection or custody of their children or something like that. So all services at the center are free of charge to the victims that come through there. Last year, we gave services to a little over 1,000 victims from Yavapai County. We anticipate it being up a little more than 1,200 to 1,300 this year. The pandemic's been kind of crazy.
Yes, absolutely. That discussion with somebody just a couple of days ago.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot going on in these really stressed out, anxious homes that may not be so healthy, and we're starting to see a lot more volume due to that.
So the fundraiser that you have, now that goes to support the Advocacy Center
Absolutely.
and its operation?
It does. It goes to support the Advocacy Center. We are a project of Prevent Child Abuse Arizona, which is a nonprofit. So, and then any money that we raise for the Advocacy Center stays within that project in the Advocacy Center. So this fundraiser, grants that we write, that money is specific to the victims of crime and to support them. So
And here in our county?
Here in our county only, yes. So this money goes to help with all of those things that we just talked about, including things like snacks and food. We keep a very stocked pantry and refrigerator because usually when somebody's been going through this trauma, they're not eating and they're not stopping to feed their children. So they come in and we need to feed them. We give them a lot of comfort food, a lot of drinks, and then clothing. So clothing is usually taken as evidence after a crime. So we need new clothing items to be able to give them to wear. And then every child that comes through the center gets a new stuffed animal and a new blanket. Right. So lots of needs in our center on a daily basis.
So as you can see, that this fundraiser really benefits those in the community that need crisis services immediately. So let's talk about the fundraiser. How is this going to look?
We're going to have a virtual cocktail hour. It will be on September 18th from 5:30 to 7. So the 5:30 to 6 time slot's really going to be kind of a cocktail hour. So we encourage everybody, make your favorite drink, pour a glass of wine. We have some fun cocktail recipes on the website. So if somebody wants to try one of those out and socialize on Zoom a little bit, and then probably about after the first 15 minutes, we'll start in with the program. We're going to have some guest speakers from our county that work within this criminal system and can talk to people and speak to the necessity of having advocacy centers and how supportive it is. It's a one-stop place for a victim to come rather than a victim having to go to a hospital, then police, then therapist. And we have a survivor speaker who will be speaking and talking about their story and how an advocacy center helped them through the whole process. And then we have a live auction. So we have some really cool items that I don't want to give away because there's only a few of them.
So
But
this might be an opportunity, like, I usually go with my girlfriends, you know, the group of us buy a table together and we go. So instead of going there, then I can just invite them over to my house and say, okay, we're all gonna, you know, go to the Hope Still Floats virtually and have an evening and do the bidding and auction and listen to the speakers right there.
that's exactly what we're hoping for. Yes,
Okay,
we
okay.
want it to still be an uplifting, fun event. Most of what we do all the time, people really say is hard to talk about or sad to talk
Sure.
about, but every year we really strive to make this event uplifting and happy and fun, and just really to highlight the way how strong our community is. This is just a super strong county and a super strong community, and we really do step up to take care of those people in our area that have
Yeah.
been victimized.
Yes.
So we really love this event and how we can showcase that.
So it's just a little different now. So how will people access this? Do they have to register ahead of time? Is there a charge to participate, or?
There's not a charge to participate, but they
Okay.
do need to register ahead of time, and the easiest way to access that is on our website, yfac.org. So yfac.org, there's a big link on there that you just click on there and you would register, and then you would get sent an email that has the Zoom link, and the night of the event, you just click on the link and it opens up for you, and there you are.
So then you'll be able to see all the other people there too? Kind of like, Zoom is like the new Brady Bunch squares, you know,
Yeah.
and you go to a meeting or you go someplace and you see, if you have a camera, everybody's faces on there.
Yeah,
But-
we'll have some cool things to show. So that'll probably
fun.
be the big screen, and then there'll be the little side box
Right.
screens where you can kind of see who else is there. Look in the chat. I always look in the chat room and check out names when I'm on
do
Zoom
too.
now.
I do too.
Who's here with me? Yeah.
Because that's the new thing, you know, if you haven't heard about Zoom, it's very easy. You just, you know, you're on your computer, you just hit the link and it says click here if you want to open Zoom, and it opens up, you know, so it makes it very, very easy for people to access it and, you know, user friendly.
And we'll also have a live ask, which we do at our live event every year. So we will kind of talk about, if you donate this much, what that will support. If you donate $25, that will support art supplies for a month in our children's craft and art room, which is really critical. They come there and that's kind of their distraction and downtime in between having to talk or get exams or those kind of things. So.
Lots of good things happening at Yavapai Advocacy Center. They need your help. Hope Still Floats, again, Friday, September the 18th, via Zoom. Go to the website again
yfac.org.
and be there to support them, so they support those in our community that need it most right now. So, Missy Sikora, thank you so much. Brilliant. We got
Thank
it
you so
down.
much.
We're all
Absolutely.
making it happen. Thank you for joining us here at Community Connections.